I have actually one of my poems that doesn't use the special word. One that I ended up writing for the event.
Possible.
Is it all cool if I read that one out at this time?
Yeah, go for it. I'm just tweaking this window a little bit.
So
We gotta set up the new game.
the poem. So this is also one of those things that you can actually donate money for me to write a poem using whatever subject you want, and I'll do that. And end of the stream, end of the event, it's going to be put on my poetry channel, which you can find here. And there will probably be another stream where I will perform these poems.
Mm-hmm.
But this one was written with the context of purpose of a combat doll. And I can't deny my heart that I wanted to write this. I am but your blade, your woman at arms in lace, only yours to use. It is my stillness, my joy, to serve you with all of me.
Dang. It's good.
It is. Thank
Snaps.
you. That was a tanka, and that is a type of poem that is 5 syllables, 7 syllables, 5 syllables, 7, 7.
Oh.
And
this is indeed a sequel to Parsnip, Alice. I don't know where it comes in relation to Three Lesbians and a Barrow, but, you know.
And thank you, Snavy. I actually do a lot of good poetry, again, on my channel.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if people are okay with me doing another poem, I'm gonna have to double check to make sure it doesn't say the magic word.
Can you save it for intermission between the next couple of games, because we need to get going on Trixie Glimmer Smith. Okay. My name is Trixie Glimmer Smith. But hang on. I feel like I skipped past a lot of things. Oh no. Oh beans.
This is my story. Not a whole
Well,
lot happened yet.
Well, whatever.
Bum, fuck!
Hold open, I see.
Cyber Draculias
Right.
from Mars.
It's 2 weeks till my coursework deadline. Time to start this report on Blue Hill County Cultural Exports 1800 to 1900.
The end of it, number love.
Take care, number.
Hey there.
I sat and stared at the brief for about 10 minutes. Okay, no more slacking, it's time to get to work. I noticed I just clicked onto a 2-hour video essay about memes on video.com. Right ahead,
Video.com.
your favorite site for videos. British moment. Also, your workman's over, Cora.
Oh, wonderful.
Ah, good.
British plug socket in it.
Yeah, that is a British British socket right there.
I'm very familiar with them.
Oh, so it is.
Please, I was just going to comment on it. You can't all comment on it.
Wow, look at it. It looks kind of like a dude with a little monocle. He's got like a big mark on his cheek.
Are we going to really spend time analyzing?
No.
Okay,
No,
good.
read.
And you could have just merrily chugged along, but your call, I guess.
No, I was like, British moment, British plug socket, and everyone is like, oh yeah, it is. I'm like, what have I done?
So doesn't it?
Sis, you're the one
You can
dragging
plug
it
a
out of
tea
this
kettle
point.
into that bad boy.
Oh boy.
I mean, to be honest, all British power plugs are lost
Yeah,
I mean, I like the fact that
retroactively.
I like the fact
loss
that
abridged.
I like the fact that they're individually switched. That's nice, and still something I can't get used to with North American power sockets is that y'all just don't have switches on your sockets, which is bizarre.
I mean, we don't have those here in Europe either.
Wait, you guys... Anyway. And TBH, tea kettles, electric tea kettles are rad. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a person who makes coffee in an e-brick, and using a electric tea kettle to preheat the water is always a good choice.
You know, this next line in context is very funny. Before I had any more time to be distracted, there was a loud knock at my door.
I spent about 10 minutes dissociating and staring at the power socket in my wall. And then I opened the door. Whoever was on the other side had already died and turned into bones.
You know what? Is talking about dryness, I think we need to fix something here. Take a fucking sip, babes!
Oh, okay.
Drink your pilk, Jax.
No, you have to pay for that. Ah, okay. I jumped, knocking my cereal over. Milk and chocolate-covered sugar flakes spilt across my generic student accommodation carpet. Fuck. Someone outside yelled. Okay, who's taking Nikita?
Trixie Glimmer, Smith, open up. We have something to discuss.
I recognized the voice. It was Nikita, my course's top student. I didn't talk often because she's kind of horrible. I slammed the spacebar and quickly opened up a website about sheep. It wasn't really relevant to my work, but I hoped it might look educational enough to make Nikita judge me slightly less. Nikita scared the crap out of me and I didn't want to keep her waiting, so I ignored the puddle of chocolate milk seeping into my carpet and opened the door.
Oh no, she's cute.
Nikita immediately marched straight into my room without asking, and I ended up backed into my desk.
Right, Trixie, you have to do me a favor.
Her eyes briefly glanced at the cereal puddle, but quickly locked back onto me like the lasers of a sniper rifle trained on my skull. I instinctively sat back down in my chair and looked up at Nikita. I probably look pretty subby. It would be almost be kind of hot if I wasn't a fucking loser. Oh yeah, I need to actually read the content warnings on this. Trixie
Yeah,
Glimmer...
you do.
Trixie Glimmer Smith contains a few mild descriptions of violence, horror, implied sexual content, gestures at screen, some exploration of negative trans feelings, and some bad language.
And European power slugs. What?
British
Nope.
power.
European.
Specifically British power sockets, because
British
they're...
power. Well, you know, British power
They
sockets
don't
and European
look
power
like that out
slugs
here in
are the
Holland.
same thing. No, nobody really
They are
knows
very
that.
different.
Yeah, they're round. It's weird. Hi, Nikita. How you doing?
Look, Trixie. If I hadn't bailed you out last term by doing your coursework for you, you'd be fucking dead, right?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
I mean, I don't go that far.
You'd be living in a bush and eating dirt because you don't want to go home to your family and admit you fucked up your education by sleeping through an entire term.
Oh, she just like me for real? She just like me for real?
It's like, just like both of us,
Mood.
it feels like.
I mean, that's a little harsh. I'd also been playing video games, writing raunchy fanfiction, and growing breasts. It'd be nice to get some recognition for that for once.
I know it was. But listen, my point is, you owe me big time for literally saving your life.
You didn't literally save my life, what the fuck?
Whatever. Look, I just want you to find me a play script. It's easy.
Oh, is that all? I mean, sure I can do that. I guess you did help me a lot, right? Sorry, it's just, you're being really aggressive, so I assumed you were gonna make me kill someone or something. Tabby, maybe. You hate her.
Miss Knight is a try-hard bitch, wasting everyone's time by running against me for student president, but I don't need her dead. I need to keep her around to make me look good.
Wait, is this just like Mean Girls, the furry edition?
Yes,
I don't know.
I'm looking
I'm
at
kind
you,
of into that.
I'm looking at you, Alice. I'm waggling my eyebrows. Tabby
Look.
keeps psyker crystals in her bra to prevent lunar interference, which I'm... Oh no, Prevent
Interference.
lunar interference, which I'm pretty sure isn't even a word. That's a pretty low standard to make you look good.
Okay, calling it now. I want to play Tabby.
I felt bad saying that. Tabby was really nice, even if she was a little quirky, and didn't really notice me. That said, interference definitely isn't a word.
I'm not very likable, so I need all the help I can get.
At least you're fucking aware of it. Jesus fucking Christ.
Anyway, shut up. Your laptop is playing a video called Sheep Falling Over Compilation 6, while your coursework paper is titled in, I quote, Starred Soon. So are you going to help me, or am I just going to have to never bail you out of one of your fuckups again?
I glanced at my laptop. EpicSheepFails.com wasn't as educational as I thought.
It's a lie. There's no more important.
It is if you're studying physics.
She's just going through the floor at this point.
I
Fine.
mean, TBH, that's sometimes how that is. Like, oh man.
Y'all never just no-clip out of reality?
Fine.
Sometimes I wish I did.
Fine, what do you want exactly? More specific than just a play script.
Wow, it looks like the back room's down here. Last night I was walking back from the library when I noticed a paper fluttering about. I don't usually make a point of picking stuff up off of the floor, but something drew me to it.
This is definitely a horror
The
game.
artist. I picked it up and realized it contained writing.
This movie contains scenes.
I read it right there in the courtyard.
Oh.
It said, $5 off a cheeseburger.
Oh, Jess, thank you so much for the $50 via Tiltify. God dang, girl.
Hot
God,
damn,
thank
hot
you.
damn, hot
Yeah.
damn. Thanks,
Uh,
love.
Just thank you so much.
Sleep,
Big
can you,
smooch for a tiger. Mm.
Yeah, thank you.
Sleep, can you check if there's a pilk moment on that one?
No incentive. Just
Okay.
kindness.
Probably not. Jess is very upset about you getting your upset tummy about it.
Aww. It's for charity.
Just help me save my girlfriend's life. When I finished reading, I stood in silence for some time. A cheeseburger for $5? I'd read an excerpt from The King in Yellow.
Alice.
Is this just
Called
furry
it.
called Cthulhu?
You called it, Alice.
I don't know how it got there, but I'm certain if that page was there, then the rest must be nearby. A surviving copy of the infamous cursed play. Do you realize how important that is?
I'd heard rumors of the King in
Stares in
Yellow
horror.
and of the ghastly writings within. I very much doubted Nikita had found a page lying around at university. Copies were meant to be impossible to get hold of. Supposedly all lost, hidden, or burned long ago. Wow, I always assumed that play was kind of a myth. You sure it was legit? Maybe you just found part of someone's fanfiction. Nikita slammed her fist onto my desk with a bang.
I know it's real.
I mean,
Sorry?
same thing with Hamlet.
It's okay, you're probably right. Only a real loser would write fanfiction about the King in Yellow.
The completed
that
play
to
would be
Val.
of immeasurable importance to my studies. I could write my entire thesis analyzing how it has affected folklore both locally and worldwide.
Don't you mean
I
Macbeth
need the
love?
full copy. Now, after the initial shock of finding it set in, I started sneezing. I concluded there must be some kind of allergen on the paper. I happen to be allergic to exactly one thing in the world.
Not being a bitch.
2 things. Oh, shut the fuck up. I'm allergic to daffodils. Daffodil Lane is a few miles from here. I happen to know that the lane has a lot of daffodils, hence the shitty name. Given their relative rarity elsewhere in the county, I believe the page may have originated there. I'd rather avoid going there myself. I'm too important to get mildly uncomfortable.
Nikita, just take some allergy meds about it.
I have to save up all my Benadryl for the after party when finals are over. Besides, I'm
Come see
busy
the hat man.
brainstorming slogans for my student union presidency campaign.
Also,
the sup.
one moment. Yes, thanks. The Fox Linux the Fox Lennox girl is amazing. She is trans. I don't care. Fight me IRL, everyone.
She's so fucking good.
Yeah,
Mhm.
Oh, yeah.
this is a very fun story. Yeah.
I just look at her and I look at my persona and I'm just like, I'm just basically the bloated version of this girl. Got it.
You're just Linux.
Yeah, you're the version of her that A to B.
This round.
Yes.
Now, what would it take to donate to get you to drink Beepsy?
I mean,
Oh yeah.
I
a
mean-
shot of a shot of Pepsi and a shot of bees.
there are beehives down on the roof garden, a couple floors down.
That is true. Now
Do
you know
not
I'm
eat
not talking
bees.
about honey Pepsi, right?
I know you're talking about bee Pepsi.
Do not
Don't
do
drink
not
bees.
eat bees.
They don't deserve to be.
Bees are
Um,
friends.
Pepsi.
No, I think it,
These are friends, not food. Right now, I'm thinking knowledge through unity, unity through Nikita. Obey Nikita,
oh jeez.
or it'll bust your kneecaps. Never mind. Whatever. As a thank you for me saving your life, you're kindly going to Daffodil Lane and finding the rest of that play for me. I wrote your
talking
turn
directly in
paper.
your
Now
ear
go
right now.
find an elder god for me, you bitch. Good, thanks.
I still wasn't convinced there'd be anything to find, but I kind of wanted Nikita to leave my room before she noticed I'd left some of my underwear on the floor. I mean, I hadn't agreed yet, but fine, I'll go. Oh, Steve, thank you for the $5. Hell yeah.
Thank you, Sneeve.
Do we have?
See. Do we have? Nope, just kindness. Thank you,
Oh,
Sneeve.
nice. Just stop being so rude to me. It's not a good work relationship.
Fantastic. Thank you for being so accommodating, Trixie. I'll let you get on with it. I have some books to read.
Nikita brushed some
Like the
dust.
Necronomicon.
Nikita brushed some dust off her shirt and left without a goodbye. According
Can't
to my
believe. Yeah. Can't
Come-
believe you spend time with these books. You remind me of my kid's sister. She read so much she got a blister. Big one. I mean big, and on her brain. What a schmuck.
Dang. According to my laptop, it was still pretty early. I guess I should get going. May as well get this over with so Nikita stops bothering me.
I believe Trixie's trans, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the growing breast part was not subtle.
Yeah.
Those are just
Very
in a
unsubtle.
pot on the windowsill, to be fair.
Ah, my succulents.
Like cis women tend to grow breasts before they enter college.
But it's succulents with 2 C's.
I found some snacks.
Oh god.
I knew I needed...
Brief aside from something that I found out last night, stoned out on my mind.
Oh boy.
Your hands are huge.
Wow, rude sleep.
You saw your
Actually,
fingers. You saw your
so-
fingers fing.
So, actually, with the this is actually somewhat in context with Clara and everything. Sushi Inari in America, the Shinto shrine out in LA, ended up their priestess Hasagawa Sensei ended up coming out and saying, "Hey, yeah, we believe that queer people are perfectly welcome to practice Shinto, and we are going to start officiating queer weddings."
Oh hell yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Link to the tweet in the chat. Thank you again to Doc Bacallion here for saving my high ass while because I am like, I need to tweet about this. Oh no!
Good. I found some snacks. I knew I'd need them on my quest, errand, whatever this crap was. 20-pack of cheese ropes.
Jesus Christ, girl, get a better diet.
I fucking love artificial flavorings. I found my phone under an old shirt. Wonder it came in much use. It can basically only take calls and receive messages after years of wear and tear. Phone's light flickers unless you constantly shake it like a maraca, so I brought along a torch as well.
That's a good horror game flashlight then.
The torch seemed like one of those things that was good to have when you're looking for things. In retrospect, I should have made sure it had batteries in it before I left. I crammed everything into my bat bag. A lot of people accuse me of having a bat fetish because of all my bat products, but it's not true. I just like the bat cartoon Cyberdrak Cool Yas from space. from a few years ago.
Yassified Dracula.
Cyber Draculias.
Isn't a yassified Dracula just Strahd?
Yeah.
From a few years ago, but there's no official merchandise for it, and those bats were really cute. Anyway, I got distracted by my laptop for a while. For like 3 hours, but I got a lot of work done.
Yep.
I do love
Hard agree
that
on
idiot.
bats being cool. They're bat beeps.
I do love that limp-winged plushie on her bed.
Yeah.
Cute.
Vegas 212. Yes, this is the testimony of Trixie Glimmersmith. Yeah, I can try and figure that out. One sec.
Alice Knuckle, that's always the worst part. Finding a DM.
Actually,
Okay, hold up, Vegas.
Yeah, that's also same. Alice.
yeah. Okay, so that actually requires me to faff about a bit too much right now. The names of all the games we're playing are available on
The Tiltify page.
Yep, and also on the Tiltify page, along with the schedule. The reason that we're not setting the category on Twitch properly is because we have 20 games to get through today, and that's a lot.
One of them being Sayonara Wild Hearts is the grand finale.
Yeah.
But also, yes, no. Dracula should not have ever been yassified. Dracula is supposed to be an unsexy old man.
Oh,
I don't care what
Nosferatu was
fucking...
supposed to be an unsexy old man. Anyway, kinda.
Oh, yeah.
2-hour trek through the countryside during the worst heat wave in a century took its toll on me. I'd never been good with summer. I usually just hide inside, so I'd underestimated how hard it would be out in the sun. It's also about here I realized I never cleaned up the cereal on my floor.
God damn it.
I did eventually reach Daffodil Lane. I took a little rest in some shade and got my bearings. Phew. That
That's cute.
Also, yes, Draculas can have any job, including being a werewolf, right, Vera?
Yeah.
I hope the weather gets worse soon. I could use some rain to cool me off. I took a look down the lane from my vantage point. 4 quaint little cottages dotted the dirt road, and at the far end was the tree line of Blue Hill Woods. I'd been in the woods once before as part of my course. They were old and filled with interesting landmarks. I considered taking a walk in them once I'd sorted out the play stuff. It was probably cooler under the trees. Whoop!
Oh, God!
Oh.
I'll take this person, I
Okay.
guess.
Go for it.
Hi!
Ah! A small, rather eccentric-looking rabbit had appeared behind me while I was distracted.
Wait,
Forward.
is this the same person that Trixie was talking about with the lunar Fentermans?
Nope.
No, that was someone else.
Got it.
Before I could say anything, he held out a weird yellow string.
Oh, it's a boy. Got it. Since we're great friends, I made you a friendship ring.
The friendship string was about 6 inches of tattered yarn, seemingly dipped in yellow acrylic paint and sprinkled with what appeared to be sugar. It was faintly disturbing on a level I can't communicate, even after everything else that transpired in the following days.
I added sugar so you can taste it if you get hungry. I hope you like it, best friend.
This juice is banging, yo. It's paint, asshole.
Oh, this bunny.
He seemed
Yeah,
proud of
oh, this
himself.
bunny.
I kept it, of course.
You better fucking keep it.
Confused, I took the string out of the rabbit's paw and held it up for a closer look. It looked just as bad up close. I tucked the string away into my bag. Thanks. So here...
Hi, I'm Parsnip, and that's my cottage.
And you're trespassing, best friend.
Pulls out shotgun.
he jabbed a paw at the nearest cottage, the one with the well-kept daffodil patch in front of it. Small sign with "My Cottage" written on it stood on the path next to it, clearly marking a
Yeah.
cottage as someone's cottage.
Yeah, Delta. If he's handing out yellow strings in this game, I'm like, oh dear. Keep
Mhm.
going.
Oh, hi Parsnip, my name's Trixie. I'm looking for a book that might be around here. Have you heard of The King in Yellow?
Oh, I love yellow. Oh, wow, it's my favorite color.
Oh, okay. Well, it's good that you like yellow. The book, though, do you know it?
I don't read books. They're so boring. I'm Parsnip, and I'm a fun bun. Wanna come play with me?
No.
Yeah.
I tried to distract. This was getting too weird. I wanted out. Wow, look at that! I pointed into the distance. Parsnip just stared at me.
I'd rather much look at you, new friend. Oh god, Parsnip's a Mormon.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Well, I can't come play with you right now because I have to, like, find the book for my friend, remember?
Wow, that sounds really exciting! You're like a detective!
Ah, Kimikitsu, thank you for the first time chat. Welcome, welcome.
Kimikitsu.
Welcome.
Sis! Oh wait, no. Different Kimikitsu. I know who this one is.
Also, Alice, I have not played the original game. I guess this is the sequel to Parsnip. So I kind of want to play that now.
Yeah.
Sorry, go ahead, Cora.
Don't worry about it. Kimikitsu is just my housemate.
No, I was
And if
meaning-
you want to ban me from a word, Kim, just donate $10.
No, I was meaning if you could give the line read.
Oh shit! Wow, that sounds really exciting. You're like a detective.
Alice, I think we're good, honestly. Like, apparently, I read over the summary of this game, and it said that, like, you don't really need to know Parsnip to enjoy this one, so, yeah.
Kim, I just wanted to make sure that there's, like, some NetSec security here. You know, ops
Whoop.
for hell's sake. Wow, that's cool! That's amazing!
Before I could begin to formulate a response to Parsnip, the sound of a cuckoo clock blared from inside his cottage. It was loud, even from a good 50 feet away.
Oh, time for trumpet practice. I'll talk to you later, new friend. I'm in a ska band.
He merely skipped off to his cottage.
Here's cottage.
Okay, bye. Crossed Parsnip off my list of potential owners of Forbidden Play. He didn't seem like someone who would own anything that required reading. Started to walk down the lane, past the out-of-tune trumpeting blasting from Parsnip's cottage. I'm not convinced he even had the trumpet the right way around. I figured I'd try the next cottage. Didn't look as well kept as Parsnip's, but I could see some art easels set up in the garden which piqued my interest. An arty person might have a copy of an evil play just to make a statement. So what do we got here? We've got a painting of a baseball bat.
In the woods.
With some trees.
We've got
Somebody
a
taking
shower?
Rabbit in
water? Yeah.
someplace. And we've got bottles of booze on the ground.
Hey, cool, an artist. I can relate to them. I drew a picture once.
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 I approached the cottage and caught sight of a rabbit lounging in a deck chair, smoking and drinking wine. Classy. She was tall, stylish, and pretty. I was pretty hyped to meet what I assumed must be a famous artist. Either she didn't see me or chose to ignore me. I noticed her cigarette wasn't even lit. Hey, hi? I waved nervously. I wasn't used to talking to professional artists who were probably rich. She tilted her sunglasses down to slightly look at me before pushing them back up.
Hello.
I trailed off. My head felt light from the heat. I swayed side to side, starting to regret not bringing a drink. Sorry, I don't have any water with me, so I'm a little out of it. Anyway, like, I just walked down from university and I'm, like, looking for...
Wait, you walked like all the way here from the university without any water in this heat?
Yes. I remember letting out a quiet yes and collapsing, but not much else until I woke up a few minutes later. The rabbit's face was looking down at me from her deck chair. feel mildly concerned, but apparently not enough to move me from being face down in the dirt.
Good lord, what is happening to you?
You fainted. Ah, are you okay?
I think so. Could I maybe have some water?
I brought some out for you already.
She motioned towards a glass of wine on the ground beside me.
Oh
I
my
have been
god.
washing
Yeah,
my
the French
brushes in
accent
this
is on
wine.
target. Okay, I'm continuing now.
Sorry, what was that, Vera?
I said the French accent is on target. I'm continuing.
Excellent. That's wine. The rabbit went wide-eyed under her glasses.
Sacre bleu. Oh, so it is. How did that get there?
She picked up the wine and shuffled shamefully into her cottage, returning a few moments later with some tap water. Thanks. I downed the water and felt a little better. It was pretty stupid of me to not bring any with me. I realized I hadn't introduced myself and thought I'd better do it before it became too awkward. Hi.
Hello.
I didn't do a great job of it. I'm Trixie.
Le Rose.
I love the fucking awkward
It's
pauses.
so good. There was
This is so arty.
There was a frosty silence. So, sorry to bother you, it's just I'm doing someone a favor. They think there's a copy of some playbook around here, The King in Yellow.
I can't say I've heard of it. Are you sure your friend didn't say Daffodil Library? You know, the one in town.
Briefly worried she had. No, I'm pretty certain she said Daffodil Lane. I don't know where it could be, though. I asked, Parsnip? Next door? LaRose seemed to grimace at the mention of Parsnip.
You spoke to Parsnip. Are you sure? You look like you still have to be the will to live.
I didn't, but that was unrelated. Ouch. I mean, yeah, but... Is he that bad? I mean, he's a little excitable for sure, but... LaRose's blood pressure looked like it was rising rapidly.
Veins bulging out of her face.
Oh, we gotta ask about Parsnip.
We don't talk about Parsnip, no, yes.
What's the issue with Parsnip? He isn't like that all the time, right?
He moved in like a month ago. There hasn't been a day since that I haven't considered torching his cottage.
She downed half a wine bottle in about 5 seconds. I was impressed.
Damn.
He seems to know the exact thing. He seems to know the exact best way to piss me off in any given situation. And I mean, he broke into my house a few weeks back while I was in the shower.
Oh, that's what that painting is, huh?
Oh.
All he did was steal some candies, but jeez,
And these are candles.
his candles. He's a real beetle. I won't leave him
Those are
police
for a
doors.
ritual.
If he tries that shit again, I'll just get my old cricket bat out and launch it into the woods like a ball.
Okay, so there is a meaning behind both of these paintings.
Yes, they're surprisingly literal.
She finished her wine and reached for another bottle.
Jesus.
So yeah, I fucking hate parsnip.
I mean, I'm not too fond of them either, but I have issues with most root vegetables.
Oh, parsnips are really good roasted.
They are, though.
So good.
They
I've
are.
never had them before, admittedly.
Imagine kind of like a spicy potato.
Uh-huh.
Like,
If a
vaguely
potato was a
gingery.
carrot.
Yeah.
Mhm.
And like parsnip mash with just some nice spices is just really good.
Roasted garlic in it and everything.
Oh my god, Kimmy has donated $60. Jax, Sleet, and Vera get to choose 2 words each to ban. Oh my god.
Oh.
Is that
Oh, Lord.
a ban for Cora?
Is that a ban for me? Kim? Oh. I see we're playing hardball now.
Sleek, can you check Tiltify real quick?
Yeah, Tiltify is a full word ban that says Cora gets to choose 6 words to ban. Be evil.
Wait, what?
I get to choose 6 words?
That's what it says. Cora gets to choose 6 words to ban. Be a little evil.
Ark?
Mmm.
Wait, what? Kimmy. Okay, Kimmy, we're
Okay,
gonna.
time for anything. Everyone in the call having panic attacks now.
Okay, so Cora is now banning 6 words. Oh, piss.
Oh, fuck.
Oh. Okay.
Oh, me make mistake.
Oh, no. Oh, no.
Like the I yellow and parsnip.
Hang on, let me get these down. That was like I the yellow and parsnip.
So we definitely can't say I like the yellow parsnip.
Cora bans
And the best
6.
part is, I had to play by this, or I could just do the following. Wait, where's the button? There's the button.
Oh, fuck you.
Wait, what button?
The button that makes her leave.
I'm not that evil.
Christ. Okay, we're in it now.
Christ. We sure are.
Okay.
Me hope everyone having fun today.
Burglary definitely put a bit of a damper on my opinion of Carrot. Still, me hope maybe LaRose was exaggerating. He didn't seem quite that bad when me had spoken to him. Wow, that's weird.
Hard to say with all of those word bans.
Anyway, sorry, book. You haven't seen it? She shook her head.
Don't get out much, though.
I'm so scared.
If it's around here, one probably wouldn't see it. Didn't even get to realize my neighbors were missing until these came knocking.
Oh, jeez, this... Fuck. Oh, jeez. Squirrels. Yeah. Didn't it turn out they just went on a cruise to Pacific Islands because they're rich and got bored? It was on news for ages.
No. Accidentally started rumor that they just ran off to go on a cruise during school term.
She get more French. She get more French.
Oui, during le school term.
French
Probably true, they
caveman
were
mode.
rich. Rich people do that stuff, right?
Me don't think she was expecting an answer.
Look, it was all brainstorming, okay? It's not my fault. The police just took that as fact, and it seems... Fuck.
Oh boy.
L'investigation immediately. Oh, this is going to last for fucking ever.
Kimmy, why did you give this one this power? Oh.
6 words may be too much.
bit of stretch of capabilities of word ban, but it's for charity, so we're good.
0 is fine, they have to be.
Oh, Christ.
Me just carefully.
Kimmy, donate more money.
No, no.
New word ban. Word
No.
me. Word of me. Kimmy, I'm going to fucking devour you.
Okay, so that's disappearing entirely from now on, I guess.
Right.
Fuck.
It's okay.
Refer to yourselves in the third person.
This one is pretty useful.
Oh. Pilk time.
Oh, also Pilk.
This good can burn
you know what?
time making pilk.
You know what? BRB coffee.
Oh boy.
Oh, this one apologizes
Me-
slightly.
Oh Christ. I can't say me either. Resetting the word ban, god damn it.
Say Jax.
Jax,
No.
Jax make pilk.
Pertaining to Wheel of Fortune, dude. Say Jax.
Oh, this one is actually this one is very much appreciating your jigger.
Thank. Which one did Jax use for pilk? Milk. Whoop. Oh. Jax should have brought napkins. Jax make mess.
Oh no.
Advantage of order from Subway. So many fucking napkins.
That is definitely real treat of Spubby.
Delicious napkin.
Sleet has these words written down and is staring at them every time she speaks. It is very difficult.
So difficult.
Well, you see, Alice, this one is used to being a combat doll.
Cheers.
Sensual?
Something like that.
This one is curious. I heard that it tastes similar to root beer float.
No. No.
Do they still taste good, honey?
Me. Oh, fuck
Dude.
me. It's so ingrained.
This one is generally saying that one should refer to themselves as this one.
Jack's start to lose acquired taste for pilk.
It's an acquired distaste. More
This
you
one is
have, more you hate.
This one is fairly certain that this one can hear Kimmy laughing upstairs.
Understandable. Kimmy cause chaos.
Yeah, this one just heard Kimmy shout from upstairs. Alright, this one's gonna use the restroom. This one will be back.
Vera away.
Cheater!
Also. Okay. You and me.
Okay. Damn it. Damn it. Like, oh shit. That one's one too. As Alice said, release your inner Hanar.
Sleep. Read this.
Police just dumped all evidence they collected outside and left. A cam, right?
All cops are monsters?
A cam. All cops are messy. Point is, you could go poke around in boxes if you want. They won't care. Maybe you'll find your book.
Huh, yeah, maybe.
Pertains to real life Minesweeper. Very hard, very scary.
Trixie thanked LaRose for her help. Trixie decided Trixie better get a move on. LaRose seemed like she had stuff to do. I'm so mad! Trixie decided Trixie better get a move on. LaRose seemed have stuff to do. Lounging around in sun all day, pretending to smoke. Well, anyway, sorry to bother you.
Oops, all nouns. Oops, all nouns. Oops, all nouns.
Trixie, go take a look at those evidence boxes.
It sounds as though we're in first grade learning to read.
Run returns. Oui.
Thanks for your help. Good luck with... Trixie glanced towards Parsnip's cottage. Discordant trumpet noises were still piping out of it. LaRose nodded. She seemed to know what Trixie meant. She went straight back to staring off into the distance. What?
The distance.
Fuck me! Oh, I said Parsnip too!
This one's back.
One loves wasting a bunch of time making coffee and making zero progress.
Hey, Cora.
Yes?
You fucking fucked us. You could have, like, chosen, I don't know, anti-disestablishmentarianism or something.
Why did you have to do it, love?
Because it was either...
Byzantium. Fucking...
Because...
Most common words available.
Because it was either this or Kim then spending more money to ban us from saying our own names.
That would have been easier. Here.
Kim was gonna ban more?
Yes!
Christ!
No, I...
Sorry.
This one fucking refuses.
This is going to become interpretive dance stream.
She went straight back to staring off into distance. Trixie let her get on with it and headed over to neighboring cottage. LaRose was right. Pigs left their investigation unfinished and just ditched evidence into a couple of boxes.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Fortunately, summer had been dry one. Everything seemed to be in good condition. Trixie peered through one of cottage's windows. Was definitely deserted. Was probably pretty nice place. when was looked after. Trixie could see occasional bit of half-eaten food laying around on the... Fuck. I hate this.
My fuck is covered in food.
No rule, no more word bans while word bans are already active.
Compound word ban is very mean.
One at a time, no more.
I mean, if you
Never
wanna,
again.
if you want to do it
This
for
one can
charity,
agree with that.
It's
This
for
one can agree with
charity.
This one can agree to that rule, though.
Buy our silence.
This is unworkable.
We're pertaining to hurdy-gurdy players on side of road. Buy our silence.
Oh,
Not
Delta.
hurdy-gurdy, the dancing monkey.
You nearly got me, Delta. Fuck!
Wow. Excellent work.
Cool. Great.
or God damn it,
Gonna be here forever.
could see
What apologizes?
occasional bit of half-eaten food laying around on floor, making mess of otherwise cozy middle-class countryside retreat. Well, Jack's glad Cora not say that out loud, cause one those words Cora type banned also.
Still
Mhm.
banned.
This one is very well aware.
But in text, so
It's allowed.
Mhm.
Trixie started sorting through box labeled Kitchen 1. Most of it seemed to be old bits of snack packaging and half-eaten food. #gross.
Hashtag icky.
that gross.
Fortunately, most of it was so artificial it wasn't even capable of molding.
Tasty.
Interestingly, a DVD copy of Jenny Jason's archery training time for the...
Shit.
Pretend you're from Brooklyn.
for
Duh.
Game Machine 100 also had large bite taken out of it, and toaster seemed to have lick marks on grill.
Oh,
Who the hell leaves lick marks on the toaster?
Delicious.
Cora!
Duh.
That counts.
That
No, it
wicked
doesn't.
count. No, wicked counts.
Alright, fine. Meh.
Can't just use accent. Avoid ban.
Fine.
An entire box of sugar acorns seemed to have been emptied into box, coating everything with a thin layer of nutritionless dust. Someone had been very
flavor
hungry.
dust.
Next box, Kitchen 2, only had a couple of gas canisters inside. Trixie guess were for Cottage's stove. Trixie don't think Daffodil Lane has much in way of actual infrastructure. Last box, labeled Kids Room, contain only real interesting stuff. My eyes went straight towards a small games console and a selection of video games. Trixie spotted one of Trixie's favorites, Gun Attack 2.
Gun attack.
Oh hey, this kid is one of those little fuckers who always screamed abuse at Trixie when Trixie tried to play online. Actually, Trixie probably shouldn't refer to possibly missing kid as little fucker. Feel little wrong.
This one agrees.
There were more sweet wrappers, though. Kid had clearly diversified diet by eating crisps on special occasions. Kid doesn't seem type to collect old play scripts. Trixie doubt it would be in here.
Sleet can hear gears of Jack's brain turning.
You can hear pain.
In fact, Trixie don't think single word has not been banned. In this box isn't a brand name. As Trixie said this, Trixie realized Trixie was wrong. There are some very obvious words in box, and Trixie don't know how Trixie missed them before. On small paper booklets, scrawled and faded felt tip writing read, "There is a monster near woods."
Okay.
Jack's sweating.
Refreshing pilk? Restore Jack's brain?
Uh-huh. Underneath was crude scribble vaguely resembling crouching figure with woolly, thick body, 4 eyes, some kind of imaginary monster. Or maybe wool suitor, Trixie thought.
Wool suitor.
Wool suitor.
Oh shit, that's ominous. Handwriting was childlike and shaky. Couldn't have been more than a month old.
This one wonders if Wool Suitor do Slav squat.
Possibly.
Perhaps.
Jax
Perhaps.
just push past that concept so Jax not inadvertently say banned words.
Good plan.
It was probably written as part of some silly game, Trixie thought, but that didn't stop it from filling with dread. What was Monster? Energy drink.
Was phone.
Bread.
Trixie stupidly spent all of first term reading books about local cryptids. Something Trixie now start to regret. Trixie not actually believe in them, but seeing warning about monster,
Sweet believes
possibly
in Jax.
missing kids' possession freaked
7,
Trixie out
6,
a little. It's over!
Oh,
free!
Oh.
Oh god, I this is
leaps into Jax's arms, cries, kisses.
So I really like the yellow parsnip, you know?
Did it.
I just love those yellow parsnips.
Me
Oh
really
my
good.
god.
Me
That
I
was-
know I'm going to be. This one is going to be absolutely savaged when it embraces Farah again.
If I put a funny little whistle up to Jax's ears, you could hear
We love
hear
it's
it
been fun, but next
like
time
a
we meet,
fucking-
I'm going to sink my teeth into your neck.
like a fucking union whistle.
It's like that one scene in Airplane where they're bringing the plane in and they're just sweating fucking buckets.
Exactly.
Also, Kimmy donated Kimmy, thank you for the $30 and thank you for not making me regret checking that.
Thank you so much, Kelly.
Oh shit. That means that we've hit our first milestone of the day, and that is extend this marathon by 2 hours, which means
good.
we are going to get some extra games on the schedule, which is
Hell
great.
yeah. I might. Well, nah, I still got some time before I have to make the sushi order.
Okay. So.
Also, Delta, that was really clever. This one appreciates your attempts.
Christ. I didn't actually believe in them, but seeing a warning about a monster on a possibly missing kid's possession freaked me out a little. Maybe the kid was right. Maybe Mr. Sprongy had got them, or Old Lady Whitetail, or even the Wilted Rose water snake. Although I doubted that last one even in my slightly paranoid state. I imagine the Wilted Rose water snake lived in Wilted Rose Lake, like 30 miles away, unless it had been the victim of particularly poor branding. I started to admit spending so much time reading about silly monsters instead of doing my actual work had been a bad move. I felt sure any second now I'd hear the sound of Clayton Wimberley, the five-faced eye stabber behind me. I'd
What the
turn
fuck?
around and presumably get my eye stabbed. I shook
Man,
it
there are
off.
some really weird local cryptids, you know?
I mean, presumably this is also creepypasta shit, so, you know.
Well, like, even that stuff's still cryptids, and honestly,
I don't know.
like, there are modern yokai who are literally just some guy.
Is Slenderman a yokai? Speaking of which, our next milestone is the $2,500. Sorry, I'm still adjusting to having full control over my vocabulary again. Our next milestone is $2,500, and at that milestone, Cora and Nairi are going to be doing a bonus episode of Clayera on yokai Pokemon, which is to say, Pokemon that are inspired by yokai.
Inspired by yokai. Yeah, inspired by yokai. There's a lot of them, actually.
Which is great. There's some great designs in the Yokai Watch series, so I'm interested to see how Pokemon's lifted some of those designs over the years.
I'm gonna bap you.
Good.
I got you this nice glass straw, and now I'm not giving it to you.
Oh.
Can we have an extra special episode about yokai vis-a-vis Jax's mounts?
My mounts?
And how yokai has permanently scrundled our Final Fantasy gameplay.
Oh my god, yes! The little Scooty Puff Jr.
You're fucking you stolen kids ride from outside a grocery store.
we need to keep moving. I shook it off. I was being silly, but I still felt uneasy. I realized the message was written on the front of a small scrap paper booklet. It looked like it had been written and illustrated by the kid. Squirrel Warrior Princess Adventure. Squirrel Warrior.
Let me give your voice a break.
Okay.
Squirrel Warrior Princess was on an adventure to save the Squirrel Princess Dragon. She went through the hills and there was a monster shaped like a woolly person. Squirrel Warrior Princess shot him with a bow and arrows and won. That is what you get if you are my enemy, said Squirrel Warrior Princess, said Squirrel.
Oh, this is cute.
She drove her car, big car, fast, and reached Castle Grimskull. I am here to save you, Squirrel Princess Dragon, said Squirrel Warrior Princess. She went through the castle and used her gun to shoot the bad enemies, and she went up the castle. No one can defeat me. I am the strongest warrior, I said. A skeleton poked out, but Squirrel Warrior Princess punched it and it fell down and cried, and I laughed at it.
Oh my god, he's about to pope out!
Was he elected at the Vatican and everything, or they did this whole thing with the black smoke and the white smoke coming in from that little chimney?
Yeah, but all of it was weed. It was weird.
That was really brave. Thank you for saving me, said Squirrel Princess Dragon. She flapper her dragon wings. She has dragon wings and can breathe fire, but she's a squirrel. They played video games together and one single player on Medulian of Honher, the end.
What the fuck is...
Inspiring.
Yo, brief moment here in the shitpost zone in Girl Stream Team Discord. What the fuck, Mela? Chocolate pilk.
Ah, I respect it.
Oh, cursed.
You know,
have a cursed day.
You know, there was a moment in my horrible brain where I was like, you know, considering we're making Monster Energy Bread, and for the $5,000 milestone, we'll be making the Croque Monsieur. Also, by the way, it's $5,000 now because Cora thought I was a coward for making it $10,000.
You have proven yourself of your bravery. I still think you should have made it 4.
Fair. But also, the thought of Pilk except Monster instead of Pepsi But I guess that's just milk.
But the M is green.
Yeah. Anyway, I decided it was best.
Shrek sauce.
Oh. I decided. What's Sudsu? Does that sound familiar? Decided it was best to leave before I left much more incriminating DNA on everything. I felt pretty sure I wasn't going to find the plane amongst that junk, and I wasn't breaking into what was technically still a crime scene on Nikita's behalf, so I headed down the lane to the last cottage. Now, unfortunately, we're like 10 minutes over on when we were supposed to switch over games, so...
Oh god, Alice, what the fuck?
Skim milk and gummy bears.
Mm.
Is that a Homestar Runner thing? That sounds familiar. Anyway, we are going to have to leave Trixie Glimmersmith here, unfortunately. Maybe we'll come back to this, because this actually slaps. But,
Yeah.
yeah.
Right.
If you want to pick up any of these games, they are available on itch.io. Just type !games. Most of them are part of the Queer Bundle 2022. So if you want a good deal with like 600 fucking games, then you can just pick the Queer Bundle up, and that will include most of these games.
Yeah, and while you are doing that, I am going to read another poem. Content warning on this one. This does use some strong language. It's formatted in an Espanella, and that is a Spanish-style poem, where it's 8 syllables each of 10 lines, and the rhyming scheme is A B B A A C C D A C, I think. I had to double check my notes, but anyway, it's a Spanish poem, it's rhyming, and content warning, the big F slur. My identity is flag, proudly unfurled for all to see. Shows how this one chooses to be, and still some will call me a fag. So to those who wish my kind to drag, my identity is weapon, that those like me can depend on, to cut through your gatekeeping games, never again to be ashamed, together all of us are strong. This one is actually one that I haven't written for the stream here, and by the way, folks, I am writing poems as part of this donation drive here. That is still going to be a 25 donation. You give me a subject and I will write it, and it will be posted on my
Really? Dang.
Damn it.